So in this scenario, what we're going to do is talk about custom clauses. Custom clauses refers to cataloging your own preferred and favorite phrasing that you can actually see and recycle as you need it. So from this point, I'm going to just log in to InsightFill. And now what I'm going to do is go to the custom clauses area. And you can see from a previous video that I have downloaded, or rather uploaded, a letterhead. And what I'm going to do is now I'm going to add another custom clause. But before I do that, I have to first of all figure out what I want to capture. So in this case, let's situation, I've got a phrase that I use repeatedly in observations. It has to do with compliance and validity of the testing. I'm going to just highlight it, and it's just from a regular Word document. I'm going to highlight it, I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to paste it into another document. So let's just put it over here. And this is a brand new document. I'm then going to save it as something like that, and I'm going to put it into one of my document areas that has to do with custom clauses. Or you can just put it into a regular document folder if you'd like. Sometimes that's easy because then you can just put CC in front of it and it will always remind you that those are custom clauses. So wherever your structure is that you're most comfortable with, you can do that. You can also refer to the user guide and get more information from there. So once I save it, there is a problem with this because it has the name of the student here and it has some gender identification here. And so what we want to do is create something where the person and his or her gender is going to be neutral so that it can be easily changed by the program down the road when it's slid into the report. So let's just do some of that for now. The first thing that you're going to notice here is that there's some shortcut codes. So these shortcut codes here just have to be clicked on, and it will download what the codes are onto your report, onto your computer. What we're going to do is we're just going to select this. So what this is it's just some guidelines in this little cheat sheet, and you'll notice that this is the important thing. It talks about when to use them and what you need to grab to put in to replace it. So in this case, the first name of the client is going to be like this. You have to grab the whole thing, including what we call the chevrons. The chevrons are these funny looking little things over on the sides here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to open up our custom clause and we're going to put the name, replace it with this, and make sure that there's proper spacing there so that that person's name can be changed according to which report we're using. You also have a he phrase right here. So we're just going to go find the he, she phrase that is small letters, not capital letters. And we're going to do this very quickly. You can see that likewise he, she, and again the whole thing including the chevrons was picked up, was appreciative of and responsive to praise. For these reasons, it is felt that this is a valid and reliable estimate of his, and it should be his, her functioning. So let's go back here. Reference in small letters is this one. So we're just going to pick that one up very quickly. And we're going to put it in here into our custom clauses. And again, make sure the spacing is nice in there. And again, it's the full complete thing. And once you're finished, you're just going to save it. And you're going to put it down there. You can minimize it or close it completely. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add that custom clause. So I'm going to just add it. Press the add button down here. And we have to first give it a description for our own pick list so we know what exactly it is in reference to. So it's in reference to good kid, valid and reliable estimate of test results. Okay, it's not in the letterhead category. It's going to be in the background history, so I'm going to put it in there. I don't want to share it with anybody. I want it all for myself. And now I'm just going to choose the file. Okay, so that's what you would do to choose the file. Now you can see it says good kid, valid and reliable estimate of test results. Let's go back to the home page. And one of the things whenever you use a custom clause, you have to remember that it's only going to be relevant from this point moving forward. So you can't apply it to people that you've already been working on. It has to be from this point moving forward. So we'll have to add a new client. And I'm going to save that. And what's going to happen here is when I go to the report and I put input edit information, what will happen is when we get to the background, we will have the custom clause now that's there. See? And that's why we want to put in a shortcut here, just so that it helps remind you a little bit about what the longer phrasing would be. So you would then add the selected rows to the interview. And as you can see, we've done a letterhead previously and it's existing there. So let's pull up that letterhead, select it. And now what I'm going to do is a client. What we're going to do is we're going to save data and exit. In this case, we are not going to download it. We're just going to demonstrate. So all I'm going to do now is take that new client that I entered in the new custom clauses, and I'm going to press assemble. And now, as was discussed in previous instructions, that what we're going to do is we're going to drop that into our own folder, our own custom folder on our own machine. And now you're going to see the letterhead appears. As I mentioned earlier, you can always get rid of anything you don't like. But what's interesting is the background information now is both accurate in terms of the client name and accurate in terms of his gender. Now I know it's a little bit of work to set these up, but boy is it worth it. Because in the past you've probably had to go in a hunting situation to try and cut and paste or copy and paste from previous reports. These will always sit with you, and so they're very helpful. Some people like little explanations prior to new areas of reports, like let's say they're talking about executive functioning and they have a little paragraph that they like to put in. This is just built for that kind of thing. It's perfect for it. So I hope that you enjoyed the custom clauses feature, and if you have any other questions or concerns, you're more than welcome to reach out to us on the help button or through the InsightFill.com website. Thank you very much.